I'm Richard, the lifestyle salon coach. And today my job, hopefully at the end of this 10 or 15-minute video, is to convince you that you need to set targets for this year and why it's so important. If you've never set targets before, we'll cover in the next few minutes how to do it, why it's important, and why it's a must, especially in this year. At the end of this video, you're going to get some sort of count to decide exactly what needs to get done, and you're going to go and do it, or you're going to reach out, hopefully, to us, and you can choose and use our accountability programs that we have with our clients. And I'll show you exactly what that is at the end. But let's just dive in and figure out what it is that you need and aim for right now. Let me share my screen and we will dive in because I like to doodle as I go. There we go. Beautiful. Let's put my eyes on and we'll dive in. It has never been important to get this right. And you must know, unless you've been under a rock, that petrol, your gas, your bills, your wages are literally going through the roof. Now, the government's expected to, they say, to lift the pension up by 10%. Now, if they're doing that, they're expecting a 9% inflation. That's what the rumors are. And that's a huge, massive growth in bills that's going to happen. Inflation, if you keep hearing these talks in the newspapers and on TV, just means that's what they expect the growth to be on the general eyes of the gas bill for you. Gas is going up a lot, but if you imagine how much the money you get, they expect you to be 9% worse off this year. So that means we now know the government in Australia and here in the UK are telling us that inflation is going up, like your mortgage will go up, to buy a car will go up, to run your household will go up, to buy food will go up. So it means that if you maintain exactly the same takings in your salon, you are going to be worse off this time next year. You cannot sit on the fence and do nothing. So we have to do something, right? So the question is, what is it we do? Well, we have to motivate, first of all, two people, yourself to make sure that we can get this right. We have to motivate your team to make sure that you've got their back and you can give them hopefully enough increase that doesn't affect them. But you can't do that if the pot is empty. You see, I truly believe, and I've been teaching this for a long time, this is your salon money. And your job is to fill this. So there's enough money in here to pay the bills, to pay yourself a good wage, to have a nice, healthy profit so you can live a life of what you desire. You're the one who's put the house up, you're the one who's taken all the risk, but also your job is to your team to make sure they have enough money to live a life worth living as well. So your job is to fill that pot. Now we know it's getting harder because there's lots of self-employed people out there. There's lots of people working from home. There's lots of salons. There's always been that case. So we're going to show you later, like what we do with our salons and how we make them grow. So let's figure out, first of all, the importance of this. Now, for us, our goal when we take salons on is we like to make sure they get a 30% increase, because I want to make sure if you're going to work with me, you better make sure it's worthwhile and get some money out of this, right? We now know that somewhere along here, this time, let's say it's going to be 12 months from now, the government are expecting to inflation to be about here, about that 9%. I want you to be up here by then, and you'll be on 30%, which means the void in here is irrelevant. Yes, your bills are going up by 9%, but you've increased your business by 21% more. So you're actually better off. And people out there, when inflation kicks in, you might have known if you've been through recessions before, people still go to the hairdressers, people still go to get the beauty services done, but they start choosing the better places to go to because they want good value for money. Now, don't forget, like I said, I want to make sure this is correct before we move forward, that you understand this, that if you maintain exactly what you're taking now, if you're doing $5,000 a week and this time next year, you're doing $5,000 a week, you're going to be on 9% worse off. You're naturally going to drop. It's like literally dropping your takings. There'll be less money in the pot if you do nothing. If you maintain and grow your business by 9%, so if you, and that's quite a big growth in 9% in 1 year, you will be exactly where you are now. Now, if you really want to go for it and push up for the 31%, you'll be 21% better off this time in 12 months. That's the goal. That's what we want to try and achieve for you. Now, it's very easy to say, Richard, let's just stick 30% on and go for it. That's not going to work. Otherwise, you'd be doing that already. What's really going to work is a plan of action. And today I want to go through that plan of action. So if you want to grab a pen, grab a paper, let's dive in and let's figure out how we're going to do this. First of all, we want to make sure you've got room to grow. So I believe you've got to figure out how many people is your norm. And we're going to break that down to a day. So here's an example. I believe that as a hairdresser, I expect my staff to do at least 30 clients a week. Where did I get that figure from? I just made it up. I think, and you're going to decide now, what can they do? I think they can do 6 a day. Yep, that's what I think. 6 clients a day is my guesstimate. It's just a guesstimate. In beauty, if you're doing waxing and nails and it's a mixture, I think you do 30 a day too. If you're just doing waxing, they might end up doing 45 people a day. You've got to decide and look on your history to what you've got and just guesstimate. So let's just say it's 6 a day. So we're doing 6 a day. And then you've got to work out what your salon average bill is. Let's say it is £50 or $100, for example. That means that you expect your staff to earn £300 a day. Times how many days they work. So let's say it's 5, if that's what we think it is. We expect them to earn 1,500. And we times that by 52, gives us about 75,000 a year. Question is that where your team members are now? And if they are, excellent. We might have to work on just this to grow the business and not this. If they are full, we work on the average bill. You might be thinking, hey, Rich, we're nowhere near £75,000 at the end of the year per person. That means that you've got room to grow, which is excellent. And also after this exercise, so do every staff member, and you'll find out where you have room to grow. And I want you to keep that just in the back of your memory. We're doing nothing with that right now. We're just going to think about that and just hold it. So many people that don't do this. And then we've got to realize that we always talk about we can't get people to do 3 times wage that Richard keeps talking about. It's impossible. Well, that's because you don't have either enough clients or you're not charging enough on the average bill. Just the 2 reasons. That's all. To hit this beautiful 3 times wage. And the reason we do that, if we can get our wage percentage to be anywhere between 30 and 40%, we know that you're going to make really good profit. So that's why we talk about, that's why it's important. But let's just not go off the track just yet. Now, what I want to do is instantly, I don't care where you are, we're going to make this up right now. Let's say you're sitting at somewhere at last year, 300K, just for argument's sake. And I want you to bang on a massive 30% on this. Don't start, oh, we can't do that. Let's just go for it. So that's going to hit 390,000. Is your 30% growth. Now we're going to make you 90,000 more in 12 months. Now that's not bad, hey? Now just hypothetically, just go off topic for a second. What if I said to you, I want to charge you 20 grand to work with me? I don't charge 20 grand, but if I did, but I'm going to give you 90, which means you make 70 and I make 20. Would you do that? We do this week after week and month after month and year after year. You want to see the clients we work with. It's amazing how much money they actually make. But anyway, not start about topic. Let's dive back in. So let's stick your 30% on. You now have a number that you aim for. It's a huge, massive number. 390,000 means nothing right now to your team. Absolutely nothing. But it's very important. So we need to figure out who in your team member is going to do this 390. So what we need to figure out is, because we did this exercise here, we now know how much room we have. We've also worked out how much our staff make. You know, if they've only made 60,000, we know they can do another 15,000. So that means we want to aim it down. So we've now got, for example, let's just put this one as you, just so you know. This one's going to be you, 390. And you might say, I'm full, Richard. I don't want to do any new clients. Perfect. You don't. Next person, you say, yeah, they can take up the slack. Last year, they did 60K. I think they can do 75K. That's going to be their target. They're going to be doing 75,000 of the 390. And you'll work your way through your team members like so and let them stretch. Now, the difference being, and I just want to make sure you've got this straight, there's something that I learned when I was in Australia that made the difference. If you turn around with your team right now and say to your team, hey, I want you to do 1,200 a week. And they'll go, I can't do that. I'm already full. That's what they'll say. You know, they'll say it. Let's get a specific plan of action before you open your mouth and you go, hey, I want to do 1,200. We're going to make this money happen. And they're going to go, I don't think it's going to happen, right? Here's the thought. I can remember this clever guy called Jamie. He was my personal trainer. And we used to go to the beach to run, and I'm not a very good runner. I'm not that fit, as you can see. Excuse me. And he did something really clever. And we ran from the corner of the beach all the way to the Shark Tower and back. Yep, in Australia we have Shark Towers. And I was last as always, and because I'm not very good at running, and especially on the sand barefoot. So in I came, everyone's there. He set his timer. When everyone finishes. Next day, we turned up to the beach. I'm thinking, oh, God, again, I've got to do this one. Okay, Richard, you're 6 minutes behind the leader. So you've got a 6-minute head start on him. I think it was somebody else. There was only a minute ahead of me. So they're now a minute behind me. And it got me thinking, we are all on the same playing field. So I'm going to leave with a head start on how I finish. So I'm thinking, if I run faster, a little bit more than I ran yesterday, then I can actually beat these people. And they've got to stretch because they know they won with ease. They've got to stretch because I'll be on my way back before they even start. Now I thought, what if I did this in my salon? And I did. And I thought, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to set everyone's target the same. I'm going to set their target what's achievable. There's no point going to someone over here, let's say, who's your superstar, and they're normally doing, let's go crazy. They do you 100,000, and this person does you 50,000, and you set the targets the same. I want you both to achieve 110. This person's going, I can do 110. This person's thinking, there's no way I can do 60,000 more. I'm not even going to try. So yeah, this person might be rewarded a bit more money because they're earning a bit more, but we have to put this down to what they're capable of. Your salon is going to be full of superstars and Eddie Steadies, some people that just do fantastically well and can sell retail without even trying, and always big earners, and some people that are just Eddie Steadies. But we just want to make sure that the Eddie Steadies can make sure that they earn their keep. Okay, so we've now got two things. We have, let's pull this back here. We have a big number, which you've now figured out. You've now took it to the team, and you've got to break this down to the team understanding. So to break this down, the team need to know what the average bill is and how many people they need to serve. And that's it. So if I was talking to you, let's say your name is Daphne, I'd say, hey, Daphne, you did me 60,000 last year. We're looking at doing 65,000 this year from you. That would mean, Daphne, that we are looking at you doing an extra 3 people a week. Do you think you can manage that? Yeah, of course I can. And your average bill is normally 50. It's going to have to be 52. Think you can get £2 more for each client? Yeah, I can. Very easy to do. So you've got to take this big number and then you've got to break it down. And we do that we recommend for our people that we look after, is that we do this on once a year. You have a big team meeting, could take 2 hours, could take a day. And we sit there and we talk about the year's goal. We get all the team on the same page. We break down exactly how it is. We don't talk about profit or bills. We talk about just the takings and the earnings we expect from them. And we break that down into smaller bites. And that's the key. Now, once that happens, we make sure, let's just make sure that's 12 months from now. That's now. That's 3 months, and that's 9 months. So you're going to picture your year. Well, in between here, you'll have weekly team meetings every single week, 13 of them to be precise in the first quarter. That gives you 13 chances to keep your team focused, to keep the culture strong, to let them know how they're going. And your job is to work on exactly how to get that 30%. So far, we're still living in the dream world. We've turned around and gone, hey, you know what? We've made up this figure. We've now told the team how to do it. And now it actually has to happen. And I've learned over the years that if you sit back and let the team want to do it, they will. If you've got to give them the skill, they want to. But they're too busy working on the floor to be bothered doing all the stuff that you want them to. So we've got to take control. So this is what we came up with, and it works really quite well. So you want this massive 30% increase. Well, I've been teaching this, and this is my core program that we teach people, is that we decide, why don't we just set up a marketing plan to get you 10% new clients? So if you're doing currently 100 clients a week, can you do 110 in a year's time? Yes, sounds pretty easy. Okay. Your current clients, for example, at the moment, most people around now between 11 weeks between appointments. Could you get that down to 10 weeks if we built a strategy to talk to your clients, work on your rebooks, to get people in? Could we get down 1 week? Yes, good. That gives us another 10% increase. Okay, average bill. If you're charging 50 right now, could you charge 55? Probably. Over than a year, if we taught you our retail skills and our rebook skills and how to do a good consultations, do you really think we can get up only £5? Yeah, good. That's our 10% increase. So we decided, why don't we do it as the owner? Why don't we make this our job? Well, it's worth 90,000 a year to you. Maybe you're not even earning that on the floor just yet, but you can earn 90,000 extra in your business if you actually just worked on 3 core elements of your business. And that is what we do at the Lifestyle Salon Systems, is we teach you how to grow your salon with new clients by just 10%, a very small amount. You can't have like that many new people in your business because you haven't got that much space. Your staff are busy already. You work on clients. There's no point attracting clients if you're losing them or they're dragging it out to 18 weeks, which we've noticed some people doing. That means they come only like 1.5 times a year at best. So our job is, can we control this? Yes. Can we make our team do this? Yes, it's so easy. And that's how we get this magical 30% increase. And if you get a 30% increase and inflation is 9%, with a bit of work this year, you can have your business come out stronger. It just leaves you with the one question. Do you want to do it yourself with this video I've just taught you? Or do you want to use our proven system and accountability? Let me tell you exactly what that accountability is. Usually on day 1 with working with us, you will get a form to fill out, and the form will be all about your business, where you are now, how many clients you do, how many staff you got, what's your wages, etc. We then set you a target, and this target will be 30% across the board. With this 30%, every single month, we're going to have your target and your actual. And we're going to give you an accountability every single month to make sure that you, the salon owner, stays on track. Because if you're staying on track, then your team will stay on track. Also, as we do this, we're going to give you our 30% strategies to make sure the numbers are actually happening. Because there's no point going, well, I don't know what to do. We don't want to do that. We want to make sure you can do it. So to actually do that, you need some skills and you need something that's proven to work in the salon industry. This works for 2 reasons. Number 1, it's mine. I've been a salon owner and I've actually been using this in my salon for the last 30 years. I built it. It made me the lifestyle salon owner and became the salon lifestyle salon coach to teach others. And we have so much success with our salons we coach that get the 30% and more. If you've never done anything like this before, the 30% is just the starting point. You can be way over that. I'm just going to stop here. Now, we've taught you why it's important that you need to set targets this year, especially this year. We've taught you exactly what needs to get done, how you take it to the team, how can you find out how much room you got, what sort of target you need to get, how to track it each week, why it's important that you track that, and why it's important that you have the best year ever. Now, it's down to you. This is just a video. You can ignore it. You can try and copy right now and do it yourself if you're clever enough and you've sort of got some sort of had some skills before, maybe some coaching, you know exactly what to do. Go and do it, please. Or you may be in the third category. Our clients that go, I don't want to do it all. I'm busy enough as it is. I want to take the shortcut and I want to use your system, Richard. I want to know it works. I want to use your system. Quite simply, book a call below this video and let's chat. We will talk about your salon, what your goals, is there room to grow, what number should it be, and if we can help you get there. And if we can't help you, we will tell you on that call that it's not possible with your salon. But if it is, let's start this journey now before inflation gets too big. Much love to every single one of you and hope to see you on a call soon. Bye for now.